What's going on, guys? It's Jev. And it turns out, apparently I am the winner of a sweepstakes and have won a completely free trip to Las Vegas. That was a really close noob tube. I remember when the term noob tube was actually meant to be the insult because, you know, it has the word noob in it, just implying that you're shit if you use it. And I mean, you are, but it's insane how it basically became the new name of a grenade launcher. More people, I've noticed anyway, more people call it noob tube than actual grenade launchers. So let me explain how this whole thing happened with this whole Las Vegas trip thing now, and then I'll get to the whole resolution of the story. So Alexis and I are going to be going to a show at some point, and I'm not usually big on shows and all that kind of shit, but you know, sometimes it's nice to do nice things, right? And if you ever go onto these websites where, you know, you're buying tickets, whether like it's the super official sites that are always using, you know, Ticketmaster or whatever the other 2 or 3 vendors are or whatever, they let you know, okay, and you usually just listen to it as just kind of like part of the bulk, like the, you know, process of buying it, and then afterwards, and they'll be sending multiple emails and you'll kind of skim through them or whatever to see if they're important or not, but you know, usually they're not, unless there's like some sort of cancellation or something happens with this show. Or you'll always hear in those things where they talk about entered in a sweepstakes when you go and buy this ticket or item or whatever it is. So now obviously whenever I went and bought that thing, I was entered into this sweepstakes, and this has been going on for at least a couple weeks now. But I've been getting calls from the same 1-800 number that was confirming the entire thing with like tickets and all that shit, telling me repeatedly over and over and over again, I have actually won this sweepstakes. You guys have been watching me for years and years and years. I am not the luckiest guy in the world, but it seems like luck is turning around a little bit. So I was just chilling, ended up getting a call, and I wanted to answer it back because I got multiple calls from that same number. If it was some sort of like spam mail thing and they're like trying to scam me or whatever, I was just ready to block the number. But when you call the number back, it's like some official ass shit. Like you could go onto the website, it's the same number, everything. Like nothing's fake, or at least it doesn't seem like it. It could be a really good fake. I don't know though. It's just kind of, I don't know. It's a little sketchy, right? Usually don't expect to win these sweepstakes, and then whenever you hear about winning a sweepstakes, you're thinking about like, you always see those pop-ups like, oh, you won a free iPad, or you won our sweepstakes for clicking on this porno. It's usually pretty sketchy, but this time around, really looking into it, can't really tell if it's legitimate or not. But here's the thing, even if it is real, which I actually do feel like it is real, I'm not going. I don't want to go. Fucking Vegas. What the fuck? What am I gonna do in Vegas? Do I look like someone that can gamble? I don't know shit. I hardly know how to play Go Fish, let alone like fucking blackjack and the spinny table thing and the other cards, poker shit. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. I know people that have been to Vegas multiple times, and they say literally there is nothing to do, especially throughout the day, because most of the shows end up coming on at night, or at least like the big ones that are all advertised and shit. All those shows come on at night. So when you're going to sleep and then you wake up in the morning, that entire span would be done walking up and down the strip over and over and over again in ridiculous heat. If you're a gambler, yeah, that place is a dream. But if you're not somebody that likes to, you know, play these games or even knows how to play these games or fuck with the machines or whatever, there's nothing to do otherwise. Like, there really is. At least that's also what I've heard from the other people that have gone there that don't gamble for shit. There's not really much to do other than gamble, and I don't know if they're allowed to call themselves that. Escorts, that whatever. It's some shit. I don't know. I've never been there myself. But here, look, I still have the messages on my phone as I never clear my voicemail. So originally they tried, was this August 28th? It seems like they actually tried this.
Because of an entry form from online, you were on Ticketmaster, and waiting to hear of this. You've been selected for our fun filled 3-night amazing getaway, which is pretty cool. You got a choice of sending Orlando or exciting Las Vegas. You get to choose from round-trip airfare or hotel accommodations.
I'm not going to fucking Florida.
For Las Vegas show tickets to be included with your vacation, so it's pretty awesome. I am super excited for you. I cannot wait to hear back from you. We can go over all the
I never called back. And see, this isn't the only message. There's more than one person that have tried calling and sending this message to me because I haven't called back.
Man, I'm calling because you filled out this entry with us. I got some really awesome news for you, man. So call me back as soon as you can so I can share details with you. And when you call back, ask how to receive Disney theme park passes or Vegas show tickets as well.
See, I don't know what the fuck. They keep trying to call me back to let me know that I've actually won because I'm not calling back to confirm whether I'm the actual winner or not. I don't want to go. I don't know. They keep saying that it's from an entry form in which I apparently filled out in the whole process of buying these tickets. Or maybe the entry form is just something that gets sent in at the same time that you go and buy it because it's part of the sweepstakes. I don't know. But what the fuck? What am I going to do in Vegas? Imagine me in Vegas. Are there new video games there that aren't released to the rest of the world. I have no idea what this is. Obviously, it's been something that's been going on for at least a couple weeks. I also put out a poll yesterday saying, what are you gonna play once Black Ops 4 releases? Blackout, multiplayer, or both? It's like 50,000 votes on there. I got flamed for not putting zombies on the list because I honestly, I forgot. I don't know how I'm forgetting because this year for zombies is supposed to be like supposedly the biggest because there's just so much content going to be released on day one for them. I say them because I'm not really a zombies player and I'm not gonna pretend to be. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, what the objective is other than survive as long as possible and then ultimately die. Never done any Easter eggs, never did any of that shit. I did play a few times with Rain, Blaze, Adapt, Apex. I played zombies with people before, but I still don't know what I'm doing. I never sat down and played zombies alone either, unless it's like World at War or whatever. That was like my favorite zombies mode. Everything past that point, I don't really remember or know shit. So going on there, a lot of people, most people voted that they're going to just be playing both. But also it says that people are a little bit more likely to play Blackout specifically than just multiplayer. Doesn't mean that they'll never play both or they won't play zombies or something either, because obviously that's just not going to be on the list. And then there's the other people that are like, oh, where's the Fortnite checkbox? Just asking about Black Ops 4, that's all. If you're gonna go and play another game, yeah, sure, fine. I was just trying to figure out what they were feeling. Because here's my thing, I want to play multiplayer because, you know, I'm a multiplayer player. Like right now we're playing multiplayer. Obviously I don't really have much of a choice on MW2, but you know what I mean. This is what I've always played. I didn't put out the poll to separate people to make them feel like they had to choose one or the other. That's why I put the whole both in there. And the both category got the most votes there, and I was just kind of curious to see how, you know, people would want to actually play the full game out. And obviously we haven't even seen the most, like the full game for either the multiplayer or the zombies, or no one has played the full thing. So no one even has the full experience, and this is what people are saying. So I'm honestly surprised that multiplayer kept up as much as it did to Blackout, because I thought, I don't know, the whole hype with this whole battle royale shit is just so ridiculous. Not completely on the hype train, like I'll play the BRs and shit, but obviously I'm still a multiplayer guy, right? But I mean, if people definitely want to see Blackout and shit like that, the greatest thing about this is that we have a choice. And it's not the same thing, and it's not the same thing as having a choice between two separate Call of Duties. I was really naive about that back when MWR ended up coming out with Infinite Warfare, right? Obviously, as you guys know, if you've seen for Jever, I've definitely played MWR during that time, and I had fun. I had a lot of fun. But obviously at that time, you know, Call of Duty is just kind of, you know. You didn't see yesterday's video, which, I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if you didn't. I updated you guys on Requise, and in that video and looking at it and shit like that, a lot of people thought I was just saying, like, I'll never make a Requise video again or some shit like that. It's not what I was implying. It's just a comparison to UFC 2 to UFC 3. It's just, you know what I mean. Most people were understanding. It's just, you know, he's not retiring. I'm just explaining why it's just kind of not as fun at that time. So definitely go and check that out if you want more detail and shit like that. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. My most recent videos will pop up on the screen here. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, and yeah, it's been Jev, guys. Later.